Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Light back at another YouTube video. And in today's video, we're gonna be doing another one of these Moonknight reviews here on the channel. We're gonna be reviewing episode 2. Just before we start, I want to say my apologies. This is a bit late. I'm aiming for this to come out Saturday or Sunday. My apologies. I meant to put it out Thursday or Friday, but just I didn't have much time to really do it. So yeah, I've decided just instead to put it now on Sunday or Saturday or maybe even potentially Monday, but most likely I'm thinking Saturday. Yeah, and also I forgot to say this last video too. I ended up saying a mid video, but yeah, spoiler warnings ahead for Moonknight episode number 2. So yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, Moonknight episode 2 is called Summon the Suit. That's what they're calling it. So yeah, another Wednesday, another episode of Moonknight, and I gotta say this episode, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it just made the show better. I thought it's continuing on a good path. I'm really enjoying it so far. Yeah. Um. So quickly, let's just talk about uncap really quick. What happened during this episode, just within a few lines, honestly. First of all, we see Steven, the personality Steven Grant, essentially figure out what Moonknight is. We learn a little bit more about Hanchu. We end up meeting, uh, meeting Maya, who is supposedly Mark Spector's wife, and then yeah, Arthur Harrow. We kind of learn a little bit more about him. Yeah, and we finally meet Mr. Knight. He finally comes. So yeah. Anyways, so that's pretty much it though. In terms of like the recap. So now let's get into some stuff I liked. First of all, what I liked about this episode. So I liked how we're getting more and more information as it is, and it seems like my prediction is kind of true, and the fact that we're learning things throughout the eyes of Stephen Grant. Now, I think my prediction is going to change a little bit now as I get into it, as I get more into this video. But yeah, it seems like we're learning things through the eyes of Stephen Grant of sorts. We're learning things as he learns them. Sorry. So we learn now that essentially who Mark Spector was. He's essentially same in like in the comics. He's a mercenary who ends up dying, and we learn he essentially is now the avatar for Khonshu. He's been the avatar, and essentially he's trying to stop. Uh, he's trying to finish Arthur Harrow to essentially prevent him from getting the scarab, which is something I think they said it could like awaken who Arthur Harrow serves. I can't remember what the god's name is, but it's essentially a god that essentially was locked away, and the scarab could free the god. So yeah, Arthur Harrow does serve them, I guess you could say, and we could see like the differences in beliefs in the two. We also learned too as well that Arthur Harrow is essentially was the avatar for Khonshu before, but he's essentially done with that. So we learned that, and we learn a bunch with that. We also see the new introduction of the character Maya, as she comes as well, uh, and we learn that that's essentially Mark Spector's wife, and they like went on adventures and stuff, and then Mark Spector kind of disappeared off on her. I guess when he got the scarab, he disappeared, and then that's when Stephen Grant essentially took over. So yeah. No, sorry, I got a little bit off brand there, or a little off topic there in terms of what I like. Sorry. For okay, so I liked what the information was given, as well as I'm really liking the acting as well as the writing. I think it's pretty good. It flows pretty well. Uh, First of all, I really like Oscar Isaac's acting. I think it's really cool. Same with Ethan Hawke's acting, which is really interesting. Uh, yeah, so I thought the acting was pretty good for the most part. And then closer to the end of the episode, we essentially see that Arthur Harrow essentially sends. I'm not really sure what that animal is called. Jackal. Sorry, a jackal. He essentially sends a jackal on Stephen Grant. And that's where we get the new introduction of Mr. Knight. We now learn that that's essentially Stephen Grant's version of Moonknight, essentially. So yeah, we also learn a bit more about the suit. That's another thing too, as well. We learn a bit about Moonknight's suit. Uh, so yeah, with that being said, we end up seeing that happen. and I gotta say it was pretty interesting, pretty funny. Mr. Knight's pretty funny. I actually really also I really like the Mr. Knight suit. I think it looks really good in my opinion. I thought it looked pretty sleek, like it looked comic accurate, it looked pretty cool. Uh, as I mean, with the Moon Knight costume, I understand it's supposed to be in early phases and stuff, but I mean, I do like the Moon Knight costume. I just feel like it could be better, but I'm not gonna say it's gonna be like it's terrible or anything because it does have potential to kind of like change after this season or whatever. So I mean, there's that of course, but I mean, honestly, I'm not the huge biggest fan in terms of like the CGI with the suit. There's like way too much CGI in my opinion. But I mean, not just the suit, but it still looks awesome. Still looks badass. So yeah. But I mean that I know the Mr. Knight suit was CGI. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not sure exactly if it's full CGI. Like I think perhaps he was wearing actually like an actual like white suit. But I think definitely probably the mask was CGI. But I mean, it just looked way better in my opinion. So I did really enjoy that as well. And the final kind of remarks, I guess you could say. First of all, we as well, Mark Spector is now essentially taking control of the body. So I'm presuming that we're gonna finally get some clues. My personal guess in episode 3, we're gonna learn a bit more about exactly what happened to Mark Spector. We're gonna learn about his upbringing. My guess is we're gonna get to go on a trip of one of his expeditions, perhaps when he dies. So that's my guess in terms of why they chose Mark Spector's personality to be kind of taking over now. Because if you think about it a little bit more, it's kind of weird with Stephen Grant kind of narrating everything, because it just like defeats the purpose of Moon or the character of Moon Knight, I guess you could say, just because as well, Mark Spector as well as like the main kind of personality. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it though. I'm still really enjoying it. Of course, episode 3 comes out Wednesday. I'll try to get a review on episode 3 as soon as possible. In terms of my rating, I would give it an easy 9 out of 10. And I forgot the last week's episode as well. It's kind of late to say this, but in terms of rating too, I would say 9 out of 10 too. So it's a solid 9 out of 10 so far. It's going pretty good. I really enjoy all the episode, the past week, the 2 episodes that we've gotten so far, and I can't wait for episode 3. But anyways, that's pretty much it though. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.